Hey, welcome back to part 2 of this episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds. We are here ready to kick off our second season in charge of AFC Rushden and Diamonds, taking on last season's third place team, St Ives Town, who lost in the playoffs. We are away from home, and this is a huge test to kick off the season. It's going to be a really interesting marker to see where we are for the season, playing one of the top sides in our league. So let's see if we can get the players up for this game. I am going to play the revenge card. I'm not going to follow my assistant's recommendation of go out there and impress me. And the players have responded very well to the revenge card there. I'm pleased with that. You can see we've got the majority of the team, apart from Lewis Elsom in goal, well motivated, well up for it. The only other change I am going to make here is they are playing with 2 strikers and a number 10. Rather than pull King James back, I am going to get Fenlon, our right back, to mark Max Thompson and mark him tightly. So when we don't have the ball, Fenlon is going to be moving out of the right back position and just marking their number 10. I hope that is not going to leave their left back free to run riot. If it is, I will make that change and bring King James back. But for now, that's the player I want to mark there. I think Waddington, playing on that right-hand side of a 3-man midfield, can cover that our right wing when we're defending, but we will see how it goes. But I don't want to bring King James out of that midfield. I want to see if we can have 3 midfielders just really controlling the play in their half. So I don't want to kind of concede any ground there. So we'll see how that goes. We obviously saw the team last episode that is facing St Ives today. So who is going to get the better of this midfield battle? King James just coming back anyway there, look, doing he's a ball winning midfielder on defend, so he's naturally gonna move to that area of the field, which is good. Fenlon now getting forward as Waddington gets Brown Sterling in off the bar. A beautiful dink finish, deserved a goal. So we get the first chance of the game. We are absolutely dominating possession so far. The first 10 minutes, where it's dropped down to 60% now. And can we really press and get an early advantage here as Harding gets away? And that's the danger from having Fenlon moving inside. I think I'm going to have to change that, aren't I? As they get a crossover, Williams is there to head away. But now D'Souza gets it in for Constable. And they've now hit the post. Unbelievable. Let's encourage the players. I think I'm going to have to make that tactical change. They are getting the advantage, but Constable has got away, and another great save from Lewis Elsom. And right now, St Ives look the dominant team. As Naby now heads over. Do I leave this any longer before I make changes? Because they have had much the better of the opening exchanges. I am going to make this change. Let's go into tactics here. Right, let's take Jim Fenlon off of there. And I'm not going to move King James, but I am going to ask him just to mark Max Thompson. So I'm not going to move him back into the defensive midfield position. Let's see if that can just help us get hold of this game now. It's been a disappointing performance so far, and with big expectations for the season. I was hoping to see us put in a really impressive performance. Hopefully, with that change, we can now get a hold of things. But that's a poor ball forward from Warburton. But Mep and Walter there sweeping up the clearance, and we go forward again. Brown Sterling. Brown goes down. And Jamie O'Hara, the 35-year-old, our vice-captain. And why has that been ruled out? That's a very tight offside, isn't it? I think if you're the referee, you've got to just hold your hands up and say, that's a great shot, son. I'm going to give you it. Let's demand more from the players here. We do now seem to be coming into the game a little bit more before I think about making further changes. Fenlon puts that ball in. It's cleared away. We are now having more of the possession, or more of the highlights. We already had more of the possession, but it is now converting into highlights as Jack Brown gets Coulthurst in, and Shaq Coulthurst gets his first Rushden and Diamonds goal. Played 2 games as a substitute at the end of last season. His first start, and he is in on the score sheet. And Jack Brown there, I just feel like Jack Brown and those 2 forwards, we're playing the same formation as St Ives. I just think those 3 have got to be, that has got to be the best trident in our division. I can't imagine any other team has a similar quality as Waddington heads over there. And I think you can see after the change there, we do seem to have taken more control of the game. Although we don't have as much possession, we got a couple of decent chances and some good highlights. I agree with my assistant on this one. Things are going well, but you're capable of even better. Let's really go out there and really put this game to bed in the second half now. We've got quality on the bench as well, which we didn't have last season. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how much of this team stays the same as the season goes on. I think we've got such quality everywhere now that we might end up making changes as maybe players come in and show good form. Warburton, can he get a cross in? He can. Off the post. Was that Brown Sterling? It's one of those games a lot like last season where you feel like we needed another one to really take control, but that is offside. Both teams have had a goal disallowed now. Let's demand more from the players. Jamie O'Hara is very, very tired. He is shattered. At 35 years old, he is really struggling. Let's bring on Parks for his debut. I will keep him in the same role, I think, as a Masala. Just going a little bit wide there, as we're not playing with wingers now. We want our midfielders to fill in the gaps a little bit in the wide areas. So as they get another highlight now, headed away, Brown Sterling. Can he take it on? He finds Jack Brown. Jack Brown again receives it back from Brown Sterling, and that, well, it was a great save. It looked like the referee played the advantage, and Parks with his 18 free kick taking couldn't finish it. Great save from the keeper. Do we need to make another change here? Because they are now getting all of the highlights. We might need now just to make some sort of change. We do now have far more shots at goal than them. Now, who should we make a change with here? All right, so the pause came in a little bit late there. I'm going to let this play out. Brown Sterling takes it down brilliantly from Elsom and puts it straight at White. Let's make another couple of changes here. I think I might take off our goal scorer, Shaq Coulthurst. He's very tired. Let's bring in here, although Matty Viga has scored goals in pre-season, I'm going to bring on Eric Bougarine. Now, his best position is in an advanced forward, which Brown Sterling is also playing. So I'm going to play him as a poacher, just feeding off Brown Sterling, perhaps. Our midfielders are extremely tired. Now we're playing 3 in midfield. They are doing a lot of running. We've got Cat Lego Mashigo, who could come in there. or we could even pull Jack Brown back and move King James into a defensive midfield position. Mark Waddington is very tired. I think I'm going to change out Waddington for Mashigo. So we've changed out our two wide midfielders there. I will again leave the position as it is. So a debut for Eric Bougarine. Can he perhaps finish things off, kill the game off for us, and confirm the victory as we get another highlight? But it's cleared away very easily, and no one is with Thompson. Where on earth are our players? They do eventually get back there, but Constable, who has missed a few chances, puts another one wide. Have we perhaps been a little bit lucky? They have had a lot of opportunities in this game. Let's try and kill things off here. Take off the overlaps. Be more disciplined. And I think we will play for set pieces, just with having that set piece expertise on the field now. And I think we're going to play out to the fullbacks because they don't have anyone there. And we're going to slow the pace down. Let's bring the line of engagement back a little bit as well. And I'm just going to go narrow as well. So let's hopefully just get the game seen out these last few minutes with those changes. And it might not have been as convincing as I was hoping, but it is a win to start the season. Very, very pleased to beat one of our main rivals in the opening game. We weren't at our best, but we got the result. Let's just be happy with that. We have gone away in one of our toughest away games, and we have come away with the 3 points. A pleasing start to the season. Hopefully now over the next few weeks I will be able to get a couple of players confirmed. So I do have an offer for another goalkeeper, which I think it might be a better goalkeeper than Lewis Elson. So that would be really good competition for the starting goalkeeper place. And that aside, so this is Oliver Turner, an 18-year-old midfielder. So he's coming in on trial. This is another player that I want to look at. He has just been released by Tottenham as well. And obviously we don't have the full picture right now, but his vision for our level is going to be exceptional. It's at least 11. His passing and first touch are also at the very least 13. And his aggression is at the very least 13. So he looks an interesting player. So we're going to get him bought in and see how his trial goes. So he hopefully will be another quality midfield option we might be able to bring in. I also had a Portuguese winger who I think might have been released from Aston Villa, was also confirmed to sign, but I cancelled it at the last minute until I can confirm what's happening with these midfielders. But again, that is another good option. So we've got a number of players we're still looking at, and hopefully when we come back for the next episode, we will have our squad 100% confirmed. When might we come back then? So we've got Bedford away in 2 games' time. I think that's too soon to come back. But again, a little bit of a derby game there. I think that's too soon. If we get a tough FA Cup first qualifying round game, I think I will come back again like we did last season for the FA Cup. If it's a team in a lower division and maybe a home tie that I think we should win, I will probably leave it and come back for Royston away. Royston finished 6th last season. We, of course, finished 5th. So that is going to be another tough away game. So what we can maybe do is come back for Royston, and then I think if we get through the FA Cup first qualifying round, the second qualifying round is going to be somewhere around here. So we might come back and do a double header for Royston and the second FA Cup qualifying round if we are in it. So that could be an interesting double header to play. So yeah, I think that's where we are right now. Again, with these leagues, I mean, we can see here we've was it Royston that finished 6th, or was it Leiston? I'm confused now. So as is always the case with these leagues, it's difficult to tell who is going to be a strong team, who is going to be a weak team. The teams change so much through the season, and then in the summer when contracts finish, that you really have no idea who are going to be the teams to beat. So we'll play it by ear a little bit, but right now I think we'll look at a Royston and hopefully FA Cup double header. So that's all for the start of season 2 here at Dog Turds Into Diamonds. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the page, and we will see you guys back for the second episode of season 2 in Dog Turds Into Diamonds. Thanks for joining us.